Hello everybody, Althamir here with another video, and today we are going to be going over the new tutorial, or rather say old tutorial. Truth be told, this is probably about the 8th time I've done this, so it's getting a little frustrating that this isn't working. Let's try again. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's go through this and see what's different, see what they kept the same, and I'll just give overall arcing opinion.
How do you feel? Can you move?
I can tell you there are definitely a couple things that right off the bat are different. I don't know why this add-on is here. The prophet comes to you immediately, and the roof is open up here, where before you were kind of in a cave. It was they made this area bigger, but he didn't come in before.
Slowly now.
Let's see what we got.
Through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself. Like you, I am a prisoner in this place, yet so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. Not yet. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titanborn.
Whoa there. Are you all right? The name's Lyris. I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going to need it.
Alright, so the one thing I kind of don't like is that the first and second weapon that you picked up are tied to your class. And I think that kind of hinders things a little bit. You know, so I am an arcanist, so my first weapon that I grab is going to be, apparently, a fire staff. And I think this might send some message to newer players that, you know, this is the way it's preferred. You know, it doesn't really speak the play as you want, you know, thing.
Keep moving. There are more Daedra on the way.
That was Urgisine that you just heard. He was in the original tutorial from 2014. This is where I got stuck last time. Now this is where the prophet originally talked to you. He landed right here and talked to you. And then you talked to Lyris, but they changed that.
This is an abomination. You can almost feel the hatred emanating from a fellow prisoner. The name's
Some of the
Lyris.
dialogue is definitely different too, for sure.
What? Who told you to find me? The prophet. He spoke to you?
Rest in
What did
peace,
he
voice
say?
actor of the prophet.
Ha. That sounds like the prophet, all right. He's a prisoner here too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you even for a moment. You must think you can help me. Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the only person alive who can help us get back home. These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the sentinels.
Alright.
We should keep moving.
I'm not gonna go through every dialogue option, but I'll leave that up to you guys. It's just gonna keep coming on. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I don't want any of these. Bear with me here. Turning these off. Alright. Oh, thank God they kept this. This is the... I love this. Oh, I forgot the bound dodge. Oh. I'll bind it after this match.
Well played, friend. Arcase Beard, you are good in a fight.
Wow.
A god of
I had some
brutality.
internet issues, man. Not really working out in my favor here. Alright, let's bound dodge real quick. Creepy. Alright. Another thing that they did change is out here. Like I said, unfortunately, this is definitely them that tried to make this video a couple times now. But what they did do is they changed this before. If you've ever played the Coldharbour tutorial, because it still did exist, whether you knew that or not. But you could go up either side. You can go up this side, or you can go up that side. Well, now that's gone. You can only go up one side. And they blocked that off. They also changed drops here, where you don't get, you know, you don't get as much as you used to from urns and stuff like that. You get a lot of other stuff. Like ash bones, stuff you can sell just to get gold, really. Alright, so I'm gonna try to do this their way. Of course, Lyris apparently joins me in here, which I find hilarious. The woman is absolutely gigantic. Come on, make it. Ha! Suck it, Daedra boy. Is he gonna go any further? Alright, let's just go up behind him. I'm not very good at this. No, he's far enough away. Let's go. Alright. So this part isn't bad, but I definitely like how it teaches you really the sneaking aspect of the game. Nope. Didn't detect me. Liar. Nice. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna cheat on the way back.
Try to be inconspicuous. Just got free of this place. Last thing we need is to get. I'll keep watch.
Dun, da, da, da.
Quickly, while he's blinded, we must get to the prophet's cell.
And I'm just gonna bypass all that and just do this. Fuck that shit. I like that. I actually really like that change. I do.
Who taught that one to fight? The god of self-punishment?
Fool! You will never escape my realm.
Hermamora's wagging tongue. The door's warded. We'll never get in this way. Damn it. Destroying the sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell is the oldest of the soul shriven. After years of torment, soul shriven usually go insane and turn feral. But not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see. Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be.
I think the person owning the box of frogs would probably be a little crazier than the actual box of frogs, but that's okay. I mean, why would you have like a... Anyway, it's weird. One thing I will say is, you know, so far a lot of this, I mean, some things are different, but some things are definitely the same, you know, and it's kind of weird, you know, like bringing back this tutorial. And it makes me, you know, I'm excited, you know, I like this tutorial, but, well, let's listen to Cadwell, he's funny.
Back to back, they faced each other, drew their bows, and stabbed themselves. Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it. Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then? Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt, actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between.
Excuse me, sorry. A little burp there.
Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well. Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best. Best of luck. Do check in.
I suggest talking to him a lot. He's a good dude. So, yeah, so I mean, they didn't really change a whole lot so far. I mean, there were minor tweaks here and there in this first part. I mean, these barrels only drop this stuff that you can sell for gold, which I like. But, and like I said, I do enjoy this tutorial, but the fact that they're bringing it back and ditching the Balforia Island one just makes me sit back and think, why did they even ditch this one in the first place, you know? Like, it makes no sense, because all you're doing is just creating more dead assets and more things that will just sit there, you know? Although they did turn one old, dead asset area to old tutorial elsewhere, apparently into a quest for one of the new companions. So I guess that's... They're at least finding ways to reuse all these things, which is good. Because it only gives me hope that the Western Skyrim one isn't lost forever. Because that area, that Nordic rune is gigantic. It was in Skyrim, very nostalgic, and I love that. And I'd love there to be a quest there, or a battleground there, or something. Because it's just too big of a rune to just ignore. But yeah, that's the only thing I can say so far about this tutorial. Is it should have been the tutorial all along. We never should have lost it. This is the added break free, which I really like, and they did change this. It's a little longer now, but there aren't as many cutoffs. Like, you used to be able to just kind of go in different directions, but a lot of those are blocked off now. So, I don't know, can't get lost. Not like you could get lost before, but... See how this is blocked off and this is blocked off? Kind of forces you this way. Yeah, I don't know. It's...
That might have been a fair fight, if there were
No. The way it should have been done, at least in my opinion, is you kept this as the tutorial, but the first time you enter the chapter zone, somebody comes up to you with like a note, you know, and that's when the hooded figure crap comes in, and then you get an introductory quest into, you know, cutscene and an introduction and a beginning quest into the chapter zone. That way you didn't lose any assets, you know, and people understood the main story of the entire game. You know, I think it's a win-win. You didn't have to worry about replacing shit every year.
Sorry, did that hurt? It looked painful.
Because I mean, I completely agree with replacing this. I mean, with replacing the Belforia Island one, because so many people were confused.
Quickly now, we haven't much time.
At least from what I noticed, is so many people were actually confused about what was going on. They didn't know the main story of the game. They didn't know what dark anchors were. I mean, it was just weird.
Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. Believe me, I wish there was, but I don't see anyone else here with a beating heart, do you? If Molag Bal isn't stopped, he'll destroy everyone and everything we've ever loved. Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
I get it, because he's blind, right? Yeah. Not a very good joke, Blair. I do love that they kept this part in, because this helps. They added this part of it because they noticed that people didn't really know what the pinions were in Dark Anchors. So they added this part so that people understood. I like that. Although I kind of sense that they're kind of self-explanatory, but whatever. Maybe they weren't. Who knows? That part didn't change, by the way.
Freedom!
Freedom!
I remember this feeling. It will be fleeting, though.
I'm acting like this is an actual character I'm keeping.
Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. There sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. I wish that were possible, but I promise you, once we escape Coldharbour, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige. That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined. That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make... The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Coldharbour. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it.
Up the stairs, quickly! We must get to the anchor mooring.
I don't remember what this actually originally looked like back in 2014. This was definitely different. I think this is the one area that remains fairly unchanged. The only thing that changed is there's no urns and containers in here to loot. That's it.
The mortal thinks it can defy me. Futile. Soon your world will be in my chains.
Come, I will protect you.
I won't kill the guy immediately. So they changed this dude's health a little bit. He regens health, from what I could see. Ah. Alright. He put up a good fight.
A moment, Vestige.
But he also didn't stand a chance.
The Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first, you must reattune yourself to Nern in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a skyshard. A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nern. Some link them to Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb. Shard of Aetherius, fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly, collect the sky shard. Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Molag Bal be denied. Hurry! We must go now!
So pretty much the same. I'm glad this tutorial's back. The tweaks are welcomed, you know, and I hope that they continue tweaking as the game combat changes and all that, but it didn't need to go in the first place. So that's the only thing that really disappoints me.
Come here, we must speak. As I feared, we arrived in different locations.
So at least this will be less confusing for the newer players, and although I really don't like the certain classes getting certain weapons thing, not really play as you want.
I'm afraid you will have to decide that for yourself.
I'll finish after.
I must focus on searching for a way to repay Lyris's bold sacrifice. I cannot simply abandon her to the wrath of Molag Bal. I cannot foresee.
Alright, so here's the 2 skill points you get, which is really cool.
There is still much we need to accomplish. Be wary, Vestige.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm glad it's back, but it never should have gone anywhere. I mean, there's so... The one I'm going to bring up, as I did before, was the Western Skyrim tutorial. I don't really remember where it is, but it was like around here or something. And it's just... There was no need for any of it. There was no even need for the Balforia thing. Hopefully that gets brought back in a trial or something like that, because that is very historic. And I would love to see that in some sort of future. You know, maybe that's the reason why they're changing it, is because maybe next year they were like, you know, we really want to include Durrani Tower, Adamantine Tower, Balforia Island, whatever the hell you want to call it. But they wanted to include it, but it's our tutorial. That does, you know. So we'll have to see what the future holds in terms of that. But overall, glad it's back. But it never really changed. A few tweaks here and there. Teach you about combat, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think some people still, some new players still might come in and be a little confused and be like, oh, so as an Arcanist, I have to use a fire staff? Like, what? Like, I don't want to. I want to use, you know, I want to use a bow, or I want to use daggers. I mean, you can. You absolutely can. Nothing's going to stop you. You know, but kind of sends the wrong message. You know, there should be like an armory, because Lyris has a weapon, right? So there should be like an armory when you get out that Lyris maybe leads you to, and you get to choose weapons and stuff. I don't know, maybe. You know, and before I go, I'd like to show you here in the Crown Store. Obviously, the price is wrong, but the way they're going to do the companions is you can either buy them as a combo or, you know, one each. So that's cool. So anyway, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate everybody out there who does. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.